Welcome to Winthrop Close-Up. My name is Brandon Grate, and this is the best of Winthrop Close-Up. According to AAA, some of the most common forms of distraction that lead up to teen crashes include use of a cell phone, grooming, turning the radio dial, even interacting with other passengers in the car. Welcome back. The Rock Hill Animal Hospital recently hosted its third annual Doggy Couture Pet Fashion Show. I was there to see what fashions are in this season for man's best friend. This is Kinsey. She's participating in the Doggy Couture Fashion Show today. She's an English Bulldog, and as you can see, she's pretty playful, and she's dressed for the occasion. The Vandals have since struck South Point High again, but the art students were quick to cover up the obscenity one more time. The Special Olympics came to Rock Hill. Find out how people of all ages enjoyed some healthy competition coming up on Winthrop Close-Up. Adopted in December of 2014, the Cherry Road Revitalization Strategy focuses on ways to improve the 5-mile stretch of Cherry Road. The existing challenges are beautification, access, and land use and zoning issues that are scheduled for improvement within the span of a decade.
We're over-retailed along the Cherry Road corridor, so we have too much property that is retail uses or zoned for retail uses. So it's the idea of figuring out what other kinds of things would make sense along that corridor. Improvements are listed on an implementation program chart and are color-coded based on core challenge and level of priority. Unfortunately, the improvements will hinder some business owners, but one owner says sacrifices have to be made in order to thrive.
The construction portion, I will expect to see a downturn in traffic for a while, understandable. But once it's done, I see nothing but positive. The West Main Street South Cherry Road intersection is pretty standard right about now. However, after the Cherry Road Revitalization Strategy, this crosswalk will be color-coded with bricks and the stoplights will be hanging from titanium beams. Cherry Road is not what it used to be, but with time and effort, officials along with the community hope to restore the corridor.
I want to be a voice for those individuals who otherwise would not have a voice. But there are a lot of changes in the ward that are positive for the residents as well as the city. This is just one of the pieces that everyone agrees is kind of part of the larger puzzle of making, Rock Hill a really great place to live.
Brandon Grate, Winthrop Close-Up. Leaving much of the blame on social media and rumors. Find out how this old textile industry has the potential to be a major hotspot in Rock Hill. I'm standing outside of the old textile factory in Rock Hill, which will be the central location for Knowledge Park. Knowledge Park will represent a new beginning for Winthrop students and Rock Hill residents. In today's Making Sense report, learn how to save a few pennies at Wings U. Welcome back. Though all students have Martin Luther King Day off, some use the holiday to serve others. Jacob Halleck shows us how some students give back to the Rock Hill community. If you are driving on a York County road, there is a good chance that it needs some improvements. In fact, 78% of those roads are eligible for resurfacing.
There's about 400, 500, 600 miles of roads that are in bad shape that need what we would consider to be immediate resurfacing.
And drivers are not happy either. One Rock Hill resident talks about the declining conditions of the roads.
In rough shape, all of them. Not just probably on Davenport, all of them.
A lot of the roads here in York County are in desperate need of repair and resurfacing, including East Main Street and Old Town Rock Hill. However, officials are working diligently to try and alleviate the problem, but funding is limited.
The city of Rock Hill obviously tries to work on a priority system. We have limited funding, but we apply that funding where we feel like the greatest need is.
Any safety issue that the public sees, anything that's deemed a safety issue, it's our obligation to respond to it. We may not be able to resurface the road that day, but we've got an obligation to fix potholes. We've got an obligation to stand stop signs back up and keep our roads and highways safe. Brandon Grate, Winthrop Close-Up. The video you are watching shows teen drivers who are distracted while at the wheel of their cars. According to AAA, this video analysis discovers that distraction was a prime factor in nearly 6 out of 10 moderate to severe teen crashes.
60% of crashes that involve teens result from distracted driving. So that's horrible. And when you look at the fact that 4 out of the last 6 seconds before a crash involving a teen, they're in their phone. That's scary, and we've got to do something about it.
12% of teen crashes stem from cell phone use, which has authorities cracking down on texting while driving laws. In fact, 45 states ban drivers from texting while driving, and one local attorney believes that this new law will prevent teens from cell phone use at the wheel.
We've seen more attention being paid to a problem that isn't new, but there's a lot more attention being paid to it now. And that's a good thing, because hopefully the law and the education will have a deterring factor.
According to AAA, some of the most common forms of distraction that lead up to teen crashes include use of a cell phone, grooming, turning the radio dial, even interacting with other passengers in the car. Parents can also help the cause by being role models for their children while operating a vehicle.
If they would just realize that when you get in a car, the one thing you have to do is drive a car, and to try and keep your teen safe and everybody safe on the road, put that phone down. It's not that important.
The choice is yours. Don't risk your life over something that is 100% preventable.
Life has no redial. Stay off the phone.
Thanks for tuning in to the Best of Winthrop Close-Up. We'll see you in the fall.